This episode of Good Living Now is sponsored by Coolings. Now, I've had almost every brand of juicer on the market during my healing journey, but the Coolings brand is by far my favorite. I love it because it's super easy to clean. It saves me prep time because I'm able to put whole cucumbers and celery and carrots into the machine so I don't waste time trying to prep and cut things up. It also is very versatile. It allows me to make sorbets and smoothies as well as my own plant-based milk. So for me, Coolings has been a game changer. So we want to thank our friends at Coolings for sponsoring this episode. Now, enjoy the show. Welcome to the Good Living Now podcast, where we talk to real people about real change leading to real health. I'm your host, Harold LaFall, and here's the truth. There are so many people right now that are dealing with health challenges, and it could be very scary and confusing. And I know, though, as a cancer survivor, that change is possible. Healing is possible. And here on the Good Living Now podcast, our goal is not only to encourage, but to educate us all on how to live healthier lives. And our guest today, his name is Anthony Owusu, and he's going to do just that. This man has lost over 100 pounds and has totally transformed his life and his health. And so he's going to come and bring us some tips and some strategies on how we too can do that. Welcome to Anthony Owusu.
Hey,
what's up, Anthony?
Harold? Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm pretty good. There's some kind of construction going on outside, so if you guys hear any banging, just know that that's what's happening.
But we'll just ignore the banging.
Okay, for sure.
So, man, congratulations, man. 100 pounds.
Yeah,
that's
right?
A lot. That's
Crazy.
Almost a person. You lost almost a person.
It is a whole person. It was actually like 105 or 110 pounds, really. But yeah, crazy.
Wow. Yeah. So, man, take us back. What got you to the point where you actually needed to lose 100 pounds, and what was going on with you, and what was happening with your health?
Yeah, no. So I started the cleanse July 1st, right? So before that, what I started to notice was, like the typical things or things that you take for granted, right? Like when you're driving and being able to see like street signs, right? They started getting blurry for me. And I was like, this is weird. This is dangerous. It's like things that didn't used to happen to me started happening to me. Like I couldn't really bend down and tie my shoes without being out of breath. I couldn't walk up flights of stairs without being out of breath. I didn't want to go anywhere just because I was just like uncomfortable, like my own skin, right?
How much did you weigh? I
was around like 300 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah, I was around 300 pounds, but I started feeling like there was something wrong. I started getting to the point to where like I would go to bed and then I'd have to get up every once in a while just to use the restroom. And I was like, this is not like a typical thing, right? It was like I'd be in bed and then maybe like 15 to 30 minutes later, I need to use the restroom. And I was like, yeah, it started feeling as if, and then I started looking it up. I started doing a little bit of research, and it started seeing as if it was more kind of like a pre-diabetic symptoms. I had like darker, like elbows and knuckles.
The skin,
the skin was starting to like act up. I started getting like flaky skin and patches in different areas and spots. So there was just a lot of random and weird things going on. And around that time too, I was going through like a breakup as well. So it was just a mixture of everything combined. And I had to pick and choose whether I wanted to fight for myself or if I wanted to like succumb to it all and just like go the other direction, which could probably involve more eating, drinking, just like giving up. So it was at that point I was like, I either have to like choose to fight for myself and give this a chance or go that way. And I chose the juice.
So growing up, were you a heavy child, or did the weight just come on gradually? And what were you eating that led you to?
Well, I was born here. I was born in Houston, Texas. My parents got divorced, and I went with my mom to Ghana. That's where both my parents are from. My dad's from Ghana, my mom's from Ghana. But my dad and my mom came here, so I was born here. And then when they divorced, my mom went back to Ghana. So when I was growing up, I was playing a lot of soccer. We were active back there. The food wasn't, I wasn't eating any type of like fast food like that. Food was cooked at home, right? We didn't really know much about fast food. So when I came here, I was super skinny because I was always active. We were always outside playing around. And when I got here, my dad introduced me to like Church's chicken, fried chicken. I didn't have any of that stuff, right? And
Right.
I don't think I liked it at first, but then like anything else, once you get started, it's like you start to kind of like adapt and you start to like it. And it has
Right.
so many things in it to where like when once you're in it and it's like an
Right.
addiction, right?
Right.
So I wasn't heavy to go back to your question. I wasn't heavy. It was more so I got heavy gradually because of just the lifestyle and then my dad would always tell us to finish our food, and finishing your food is a good thing because you don't necessarily want it to go to waste, but then it's like it becomes a bad thing because now you get trained into thinking that you have to eat
Eat.
to the point to where
Wow.
you're just, you know what I'm
You know
saying?
what? I still have that programming. It's like I have to
Yeah.
eat whatever. And I think
Yep.
we get that as kids. We're told to
Yep.
eat everything on. You can be full and you still will eat even though you're full.
Yeah, it
And
comes
I
it comes from a very good place though, right? Because you're not
right.
trying to waste food, but at the same time too, it's like we got to learn that we have to like listen to like our bodies. It's not,
Right.
you don't have to constantly eat. It's like stop when you're full, and we don't learn that. We learn that you need to finish your food on the plate because you don't want to waste it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just
You know what? That's so deep because I hadn't even thought about that. But that programming is deep because,
it's deep.
like I say, even today, if it's still food, I feel like I'm wasting stuff.
Yep,
You
yep.
feel
It
like you're
feels
wasting.
bad. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
You feel guilty about
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Wow. And so you had gradually gained the weight. You were eating Church's chicken, Kentucky
Mm-hmm.
Fried Chicken,
Biscuits. You know what I'm saying? All that. All that.
and and then all of a sudden you're at like 300 pounds
Yeah. Well, yeah, gradually,
gradually.
right? Like,
Right.
I just, like you start going from, like running around and doing things outside to where you start being inside more. And then
Right.
you start eating more. And then the bad food starts tasting like really good because they put all these kinds of things in it.
All these
And
chemicals
you
that,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And then before you know it, you're just in it. You're just
Right.
in it, and then the weight just keeps climbing up, and then you feel like less confident, and then you try and hide it under more food, and then just grows and
Right.
grows and grows, right? So like, it's so funny because you don't realize it till you're like there. Like I didn't realize that I
Right.
was getting to that size until I got there, and I was like, oh wow,
Right.
like you know,
Right. And sometimes we don't realize how large we've gotten until,
no,
like, for me, like a few years ago, I had gained a lot of weight while going vegan, but I was
Mhm.
what they call dirty vegan. So I was eating all this
Oh, I
processed food,
see,
and I started gaining weight, and
yeah,
I didn't realize I had gained so much weight being a vegan until
hmm
I had taken a picture. I had gone to see Les Brown, and I had taken a picture with them, and I was so excited to see the picture,
yeah,
and I was shocked at how large I was. I was like, who is this? And I ended up getting on the scale, and I had gained, I'm normally about 215, but I
hmm
had gotten up to 236, and I looked different. Like my face was much
How
fuller.
how tall were you?
I'm 6 feet. I'm
You're
six
6 feet.
feet.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. And so I had gotten up to like 236. And that's when I did my first juice fast. But I want to talk to you about your juice fast.
Yeah, yeah, for
So
sure.
so 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 you're at 300 pounds,
Hmm.
and you're trying to figure out kind of what to do to release it, to release the weight. What led you
Yeah,
to juicing?
it wasn't even about the weight really. It was more so how
Oh,
I was feeling, right? Like I started to notice like certain things that I was like, this is not right, right? Like,
right.
and certain things that I felt as if it was like a danger to myself, like not being able to walk up some stairs is like you want to be able to do that, and it's like
Right, right.
I'm
You
not
need to
I'm
be
not
able to
that
do
old.
that. You
You know
need
what
to be
I'm
able to do
saying?
that.
Right?
Right, right,
It's
right,
like the goal is to be able to get to like a, you know, like an older age, and it's like I'm
right,
already feeling all these things now. So it's like, what's 10 years gonna look like? What's
right,
20 years
right,
gonna look like? And I
right.
was just, I had to sit back and like, you know, just then think to myself, is this like the path that I want to keep going down on? And
Right.
also mixed with that, like my life, like, you know, like my relationship was like coming to an end as well. So it was
Right.
just like a lot of stuff. Um,
Well,
so
so
I
how did you
decided,
make a decision to say like, okay, I'm going to start something this day? Because a lot of
uh,
people want to change, but in
yeah,
terms of actually making the change happen, what was it? Was it there's a thing that one thing that sparked it, and kind of what did you
it
do
was
from
just,
there?
it was I felt as if it was like a breaking point. I really felt as if it was either I had to do something immediately, or that was gonna be it for me.
Mm,
I just felt as if I had to pick a side. I had to choose my health, or I had to just
right.
choose to just be big and continue down the path that I was going on. But what I did watch is I watched this documentary called what was this called? It was with Joe Cross.
Oh yeah, yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
It was Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And after I watched that, I was like, wait, this guy was able to transform his life in 60 days. And I hadn't done anything like that. I hadn't juiced before. Had done random juicing, like every once in a while you'll probably do, like, you hear how good juicing is, and you go to
Mm-hmm.
like a juice store or like a bar,
Right.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
then you attempt to do like a 4-day cleanse. But I always bought it, kept it in the fridge, and I like maybe drank like
Because
one
your
juice,
intentions were good. Your intentions
you
were
know what I'm
good.
saying? I just never did it, right?
Yeah,
So
right.
so I was like, okay, yeah, let's try this. I've never that sounds weird. I've never really done it before. So it was a new thing. It was something new. I thought it was something outlandish, and I was like, well, I
Mm-hmm.
don't have anything else to lose, so let's give it a try. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I did that. I was like, okay, like let's try something that I've never tried before. I've
Mm-hmm.
tried a little bit of the dirty vegan stuff. I've tried eating healthy, right? And also this is actually my third time dropping a huge amount of weight. My first
Mm.
time doing it, I probably lost around like 50 pounds. My second time, I lost maybe around like 70 pounds, right?
Mm.
So I was like, um, I had to get to a point to where I feel as if this has to be my last time doing this, because all this yo-yo dieting stuff is probably not good for my body. But
Right.
I had lost weight before that, right? So
Mm-hmm.
this was just different. This was like juicing. I hadn't done anything like this before. I had done the healthy eating, working out. I had done the vegan, but it was dirty vegan. I still lost weight
Mm-hmm.
on it. So this was
Mm-hmm.
something completely different, a new arena. So that's why I wanted to give this a try and see what it was about. And here we are.
Wow. So you watched the video and you got inspired. So
Yes.
what was like some of the first things that you did to start juicing? And how did you know what to juice?
Well, I actually just stuck with what I liked. I didn't overcomplicate it. I always get a lot of questions. A lot of people ask me, "Oh, hey, like, what to juice? How do you do it?" But for me, I didn't really delve into the juicing world like that. It was That's Zoe, by the way.
Hey Zoe.
She's always walking. That's Bo right there. Bo, and
Hey
that's Zoe.
Bo. Hey, they like, what is all that noise out there? They like, what's going on?
But no, I just juiced what I liked. So I just juiced
Mhm.
what tasted good to me. I know that's probably
Mm.
not the the best answer to give, but it
No,
was
it
just
worked.
that's
I
how
mean,
I
you lost
started.
100 pounds. It worked.
Yeah,
You lost.
I didn't think about it. I didn't overcomplicate it. It was more so like, what do I like to drink? What's gonna taste good to me? What's gonna keep me going? And that's what I stuck to. And then after a while, I started figuring out that, okay, maybe I need some more green juices. Okay, maybe I need some more variety. But then when I got into it, then I started like figuring things out. But initially, I was just like, I'm just juicing. So whatever it is that I can juice that I like that tastes good to me, that's what I'm doing.
I like what you said. You didn't overcomplicate it. You just
No,
started juicing the things that you liked,
yeah,
and you started adding different things, as you kind of went along and got more information.
right.
You started
And
going on.
and bored a little, right? Because after a while, you start getting to the point to where you start drinking the same thing over and over again. You're like, okay, like I wonder how this tastes, or okay, like I'm getting a little tired of this, right? So then you start trying to figure out what other things taste like and trying to change
Right.
things up a little bit. Yeah.
Right. So did you start out with the intentions of doing 100 days? You did 100-day juice
Yeah,
fast. Did you?
crazy. No, I started out trying to do what Joe Cross did, which was 60. So
Okay.
my intentions was like the 60. I was like, oh, like if he did it and if he can't do it, then I can try it and attempt to do it. So I
Hmm.
initially wanted to do 60, and that went to 90. And then when I got to 90, I was like, let me just do 10 more to just say that I got 100, just to say
Right.
that. And yeah, that's what I
Right.
did.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And how did you feel like while you were doing it?
Um, well, the first week was probably like the hardest, but after that,
Yeah.
it was smooth sailing. By the first month or maybe 60 days, the second month, I felt as if I could do it forever.
Man,
It
isn't
felt
it
awesome.
addictive? Isn't
It,
it addictive?
it's addictive.
It's very, I started out right before the pandemic when I gained the weight. I started out with the intention of doing 21 days.
Mhm.
And the reason I started, it was purely vanity. I was just trying to lose weight. It wasn't,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say it was purely vanity
yeah.
because I know I gain weight really easy. I can smell food and gain weight. It's
Oh
like,
man, yeah,
and
same.
and so when the pandemic first hit and the gyms were closed,
Hmm.
I really got nervous because that's one of the only strategies I know to keep my weight at least somewhat
Yeah,
manageable is working out and going to the gym.
yeah.
So when I didn't have that, I kind of low key panicked. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I'd already gotten up to 236. I'm like,
Hmm.
I felt like it was going to keep going up higher and higher. And so I started out with the intention of just doing 21 days and seeing what happens. And after about the first week, I felt like I had never felt this way. I had so much clarity. My sleep was off the chain. I'm like, wait a minute. I've never
Was
felt
that
this good.
was that the first time that you had juice before, or you told me that you had juice before now?
I had juice before. That was the first time I did a fast. That was the first time I had done a
I
fast.
see. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I see.
Yeah, I had started juicing after my cancer diagnosis, but I never had done a juice fast.
I
And
see.
I had never like once I got around, and my intentions initially was to just to do 21 days. And once I
Yeah.
got to 21 days, I feel like I could just go on and on,
Did you
forever.
keep going or did you stop?
Yeah, no, I went to 65. I went to
Oh,
yeah. And
nice.
uh and the only reason I stopped was at the time I was in the process of moving and there was complications with the moving and me and my son had to stay at a hotel for a minute and trying to juice in a hotel was just it had just gotten
Yeah,
complicated.
it's a lot.
Eh,
Yeah.
yeah. And but that's the only reason and then I lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
I went from 236 to 198 and I had never been
Ooh.
that light before in my life. And so I was a little bit too skinny. My
Yeah.
head was a little kind of too big for me. So um but yeah, I really felt like I could continue on. And then I was afraid of how do I transition out. So
Yeah, same,
so
same.
while you were going through that process, well, first of all, how long did it take you to lose the 100 pounds? Was it the 100 days? Did you lose it
Yeah,
within the
yeah.
100
I actually like
days?
lost the 100 pounds like in 100 days. I probably and then the like additional 5 or 10 pounds came after because now like I'm doing raw. So after I did the 100 days, I decided to. A part of it was fear, but a part of it was fear and not knowing what to do. Right.
Right,
So
right, right.
like I was like I don't want to gain all my weight back. I don't want to go back to how things were. So it's like
Right.
what's the best thing that I could do for myself? So I
Mhm.
decided to go raw, and I told myself
Mm.
that I wanted to go raw for like a year. So that's
Mm.
what I'm currently doing right now. October is gonna be my no, actually July just passed, so I've technically been raw for like a year, but October is going to be the official day when I had lost 100 pounds. So this October will be a year since I had lost like 100 pounds.
Oh,
and
wow.
gone raw for like an entire year, which is crazy.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So with the weight loss,
Mhm.
all your issues resolved, your sight improved, the
Yeah.
dark spots went away.
Yep. Yep. All that. The funny thing is, when I started, I actually didn't, and I need to do better. And I probably need to go get like a checkup. But a part of me was afraid because I knew that I hadn't been doing what I needed to do for my health. So I
Right.
didn't necessarily go to a doctor to do like a checkup initially when I first started. I was just like,
Hmm.
I know what they're probably going to tell me. They're probably going to tell me that my vision and all these things that I'm having is probably related to like how big I am. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to try and see if I can drop some weight before I, like I go to a doctor, because a part of me thought that I knew what they were going to tell me, right? It's like usually
Right.
whenever you're having these types of problems, the first thing that they sometimes look at is either they push pills or they tell you to
Right.
lose weight. So I was like, let me at least lose the weight so that they don't tell me what it is that I kind of already know I need to do before going in to do a checkup. But I need to do a checkup. I haven't done like a checkup in like a long time.
Gotcha.
But a part of me has,
But how
I
do you
had been
feel? How do you
waiting.
feel?
I feel awesome. I feel great.
Okay.
Like I feel the best I've ever felt in a very long time. Like since I was probably like little when I was young. So yeah, like I feel
Wow.
amazing. Yeah.
Wow. So losing that much weight, 100 pounds,
Mhm.
a lot of people worry about like loose skin. Did you
Mhm.
have a lot of loose skin and how did you deal with that?
Actually, it's funny because I thought that I had a lot, but then it's like I really don't. If you look at how much weight I lost, 100 pounds is a lot of weight. The only loose skin that I kind of have, or probably like a little bit right here, like under like my armpit area. But other
Mhm.
than that, I don't really have much. And then like a lot of people tell me, because I actually uploaded my pictures, and I kind of update people on what I'm currently doing and my weight loss and the juicing and everything on my channel. So it's like
Mhm.
people actually just tell me that I look great and I look awesome. And it's probably just because of the juicing. I was probably hydrating my body so much. And I was still, going to the gym. I was working out, but I think it was the hydration and the fasting. I also did like a
Right.
water fast somewhere in between my juice cleanse, by the way. So
Wow. Yeah, I saw the pictures that you posted. I'm like, I don't see that he lost. I mean, I don't see any like skin, like loose skin
yeah,
that I was thinking there was going to be a lot of loose skin, but I
loose
didn't.
skin. Yeah,
I didn't.
no.
I didn't. I didn't see that, and I was wondering if you did anything special. So you think it
No,
just had a lot
it
to do with
was
why?
it was a juice cleanse, and also too like I threw in like a water fast. A lot of people have been telling me that if I wanted to probably like lose the extra bit of skin that I have, to probably do like another water fast, but I haven't done that.
Hmm.
Maybe if I really really want to, I'll probably go on like an extended one. But during my 100-day cleanse, I did do like a 10 10 or 15-day water fast, I believe.
Hmm.
And the
So you
reason
just
why
had
I did,
just water.
just water.
Wow.
But the reason why I did that, and that was kind of like earlier on in the cleanse too, it was probably like maybe 2 weeks or like a month into the cleanse. The reason why I did that was because I got to the point to where I was feeling as if I was bored, and my mind
Mm,
started playing tricks on me. It was like, why are you doing this? You could just do this the regular way. You could just like lose weight like how you've lost weight before. Why are you doing
hmm.
this like juice thing? It's too
Right.
hard. So then I tried it. This is probably like weird, but I tried to like play tricks on my mind by doing a water fast to show myself or my mind that things could get worse. It's like you could either taste these good
Right.
good juicy fruits and drink this up and have the sweetness, or you could just have water, right? So like a part of
Right.
me did it for that because I wanted to be like, okay, well, I needed my body and I needed myself to know that like there could be like another level that I could take it,
Right.
right? And it could just be water. After that, I was so happy to be just juicing.
Like that was a treat. That's a treat.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
no.
so while you were losing the weight, were you also exercising?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
The funny thing is that a lot of people think that when you juice, you don't you're gonna feel like tired, but the opposite actually happens. As
Right.
you juice and as you get more into it, you actually get more energy than you
Right.
even know what to do with. So it's like I needed
Mm.
to do stuff. I wanted to move. I wanted to go outside now. I didn't used to go outside anymore because when I got bigger and when I was eating, I just wanted to keep to myself more. Now
Mhm.
I wanted to do more stuff outside, like,
Mm.
and a part of that was due to the cleanse, right? Like,
Right.
so you actually get more energy than you know what to do with, and that's
Mhm.
misconception that a lot of people have. They think that that you're not gonna have the energy. You might not, maybe like you might feel weird day 3, but
Right.
after that, like you'll probably start your body
Yeah.
gets used to it, and then you have so much energy.
Your energy is on a whole nother level, and your mental clarity, like you
Yeah.
have all kinds of, mental
Yep.
clarity, and your
All kinds.
creativity is off the hook. And so for you, so now that you're off of the 100 days
Yeah.
and you transition to eating raw,
Mhm.
now what does that look like for you?
Exactly. Well, now I'm getting more into it, which is weird to say because it's been like a year of it. It's more so like your fruits. It's not that complicated. I thought that you don't necessarily need to dehydrate everything. You don't need to make gourmet raw meals, right? You could just, it could be very simple, or you can make it complicated. So you can have a watermelon, you can have your fruits, you could do like, like a mono meals. You can have smoothies, you can have um
And
acai
what are mono
bowls.
meals? Because people say that a lot. I
Yeah,
think a lot of people don't know what that
mono
is.
meals is basically when you just like eat one specific food or fruit. So
Hmm.
like,
Okay.
let's just say that like for the day you probably just eat, watermelon only, or you eat apples only, or you eat pears only, right? You just
Hmm.
give your body a chance to just process one type of meal instead
Hmm.
of what we typically do, which is mix a whole bunch of stuff together, like to
Hmm.
create this like concoction of like
Right. Right. Right.
everything in
Right.
the world together. It's like you kind of simplify it, make it easy for your body to know what it's eating, what it's taking in, and it just makes it easy for you to process and digest.
Now, a lot of people ask about cravings. Do you ever crave the old stuff you used to eat, the
Yeah,
church's chicken and
I'm not gonna say that I don't, but I think a part of it, it's not that I'm just like I'm gonna go out my way to churches. I think a part of it is like the memories that are attached to it,
mm,
right? It's like the memories that I created with it. So it's like when you go to churches with your mom and dad, go through the drive-through, and then you come home with it, and maybe you watch like a movie with it, and then
hmm,
you're like around like family, and like all that
hmm,
stuff creates
yeah,
something in your head to where you start
right,
feeling as if that's you attach that to it, right?
right.
So it could be that for me. It could be more so that I loved the feeling that I got from when we used
That
to,
experience.
you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
like you
gotcha.
order pizza and the whole family's
Hmm.
around, and you guys are just enjoying each other and the company and all that stuff,
Hmm.
right? So it's probably that. It's probably like the feeling that I miss more than anything, but
Right.
also the stuff that they put inside these things, of course it's addictive. I'm not
Hmm.
gonna like lie and say that, oh, I don't remember how chicken tastes, or I don't remember how
Right.
pizza tastes, or cheese. Like, you know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Like all that stuff tasted great. It's amazing.
Right.
It's like I could eat
Right.
that right now, but like
Right.
but is it good for me?
Right.
It's
Right.
not. And then they put all these things in it to make it so that you do get addicted, and you have to know that. Once you
Absolutely.
know that, it's like, okay, it might taste great, it might taste awesome. I do remember the taste and everything, but is it going to serve me? Is it going to serve this body? Right? Is it going
Right.
to allow me to live longer? No. So you
Right.
have to pick and choose. Do you want to like try and do the work to be healthy, or do you want to like do the work to pay for the pills and to be like in a hospital bed? Like either
Right.
way, you're going to have to work. So you're just going to have to choose which one. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like do the
Right.
work
Right.
to be healthy, or do the work to, like lay like in a hospital bed somewhere.
Right. One of our guests said that nothing tastes as good as healthy feels.
Yeah,
Nothing tastes as good
that's
as
yeah,
healthy feels.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard that before too, and
Yeah.
that's exactly what that is, right? It's like
Yeah.
nothing is gonna beat that.
Right.
Nothing's
Right.
gonna ever beat that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. are there any strategies that you use to kind of help you get focused, particularly early on? I know for me, one of the things that helped me was I didn't have a TV in the house, so I didn't watch
Mhm.
TV, so I didn't see commercials because it seemed like every other commercial when you watch TV is a food
Mm.
commercial. You
Mhm.
see a Red Lobster commercial and all, and that can be triggering. Were there any other strategies that kind of helped you?
Yeah,
You know,
what I actually did was I actually started. Um, I didn't stay away. I don't really like necessarily watch TV. I watch it every once in a while too. But what I did was I consumed a lot of like online stuff. So like YouTube. So what I did was I'd watch healthy things. I'd watch things that would help me stay on track. Things that reaffirmed what it is that I knew that wanted to do, right? So it's like I would watch healthy things. I'd watch podcasts like this, right? So like
Mhm.
I'd watch Kamaria Dominique, I'd watch Jillian Berry, I'd watch like people who were having guests on that spoke about what juicing had done for them or what they felt. You know, like things about health and try to consume that and try and learn more about that, right? And the more that you
Mhm.
get into it, you start not wanting to focus on any other stuff, right? You are kind of like
Mhm.
what you kind of consume.
Right.
So it's like if you
Mhm.
consume the good stuff, that's kind of what you're gonna want to like lean towards. So I would say that that helped me. I would say that watching these programs and watching and having my feed be more so health based and raw stuff and juicing and all that kind of helped me to stick to it sometimes.
Mm. Now, what advice would you give someone who is really overweight
Mhm.
and is struggling to just get started? What advice would you give to that person?
I mean, I would say it's like you don't necessarily even have to necessarily do juicing per se. I mean, you can just incorporate more fruits and veggies. I think we all need that. Whether you even still eat, you know, like the standard American diet, just incorporate more fruits and veggies and know that they're good for you, right? Incorporate more fiber in your diet, right? Like have
Mhm.
that. But I'll say start out with that. Like try to see how that makes you feel. And if you enjoy that, just do more of that, right? And then eventually
Mhm.
work your way into juicing. I'm not just gonna like say that start juicing right off the bat, because for some people that might be like a shock to their system. But
Mhm.
we do a lot of things that shock our systems all the time. A lot of people like make it seem as if juicing or like being healthy is like, oh my God, you're gonna die. Because I also was thinking that too. Like at the beginning, I was like, this is foreign, this is weird. Like
Right, right. I
you
thought
can't
the
you can't
same
live off
thing.
of juice for
Right,
like
right.
30 days. You can't live off of juice for 60 days. But I did it for 100 and I'm okay. And I didn't like die. I didn't feel malnourished. I didn't feel anything. I felt as if I could even like drop more weight if I wanted to. So it
Right.
wasn't, you know what I'm saying? But like a lot of people go into it thinking that this is the end all
Right.
be all. It's like you're not gonna hurt. It's like we've done so many things to our bodies. Like we've consumed so many things. We've eaten so many bad foods
So many toxins.
to where it's like you're really not gonna like it's not gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
just try
Right.
and incorporate more fruits and veggies. Try juicing. It's like
Mhm.
just try and see how you feel. Do it for like a week or week and a half, and then like extend it because I do think that there's more benefit with the extended juice fasting than like
Mhm.
the short ones. Because so some people might do it for like a day or two, which is okay. But I do think
Mhm.
that eventually work your way up to like an extended one. That's where you'll probably get to experience more of the clarity and get more of like a benefit from it.
Right. Well, Anthony, man, you are truly an example that change is possible, that health and healing is possible. And we definitely are going to have to get you back on. If we get 500 likes on this video, we're definitely going to have you come back for a Q&A where people can ask you some specific questions on,
Yeah.
really how you did it and some specific recipes that you like. And so we
Okay.
definitely have to have you come back on. So how can people find you?
You can find me on my social media, on Instagram at Anthony K Owusu, and on YouTube, just type in Anthony Owusu. My stuff will probably pop up, and then from there, you'll probably find me everywhere else.
Awesome. Well, Anthony, man, thank you so much for sharing your story on transformation and change. 100 pounds, man.
It
like I said,
is.
that's a
It
whole
is.
person. That's a lot. And
It is.
congratulations to you, on maintaining it. Because how long have you kept it off now?
Yeah, probably like it's about to be a year in October.
Wow,
It's gonna be
that's
like
awesome.
an official year of me keeping 100 pounds off, and I can't wait to get to get to that point.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations, man. And like I said, we're gonna have you come back, and we're gonna do a Q&A with you.
Okay,
And so,
perfect.
thank you all so much for tuning in. And I guess what we're gonna do the juice of the day.
Let's make an anti-aging juice. So we have one papaya and one pineapple. Now we know the key to youthful skin starts on the inside. And papaya is full of nutrients that reduces wrinkles, helps with acne, and improves skin tone. And don't throw away those papaya seeds. They are edible and they're great for gut health. They have anti-cancer properties and also help to relieve menstrual pain. And all you need is about a teaspoon per day of the seeds. And when you combine papaya and pineapple, you get over 36 ounces of delicious nutrition. All right, get your juice on.